Howdy there, folks. It's Geist. Today we're going to be talking about the new Trials bow, Whistler's Whim. And first things first, I just want to clarify there's been a lot of misinformation about the identity of this bow and how you're supposed to use it. Everyone is going on and on about how this bow can roll with kill clip, and while that's certainly unique to this bow, it's not the strongest aspect of it, and I'm going to explain why. To me, this is the best legendary bow in PvP and PvE. And the perk that you see here is called Gut Shot Straight, and it makes the bow unlike any other bow. It increases the body shot damage of the bow when ADSing. And why is that special? One of the many reasons that other lightweight bows aren't very good is the damage. Precision frame bows are able to 2-tap to the body as well as perform an instant kill by shooting point blank and then meleeing. This is the first lightweight bow that can also do these things, and it does so better than precision bows. Using Gut Shot increases the body shot damage to 103, which is enough to 2-tap at any resilience. Furthermore, because this is a lightweight, it retains this damage at all points during max draw. For example, if your Guardian loses their grip and releases the arrow, it still deals 101 damage. That means that each fully drawn arrow gives you a 4-second window to hit a Guardian and achieve the 2-tap. Because of this, you do not need Oathkeepers. This is better than precision bows because their damage dips down to around about 95 after you lose that perfect draw. Now, precision bows do have better accuracy though, and Gut Shot does come at the cost of reducing your aim assist. But, because you literally just have to hit them anywhere, this isn't as big of a drawback. You just have to have better aim in general than you would another bow. Now, this bow has 3 major, we'll say skill gaps to using it, but the payoff is definitely well worth it. So the first sort of skill gap is going to be that you need to have good aim, as we already talked about. But as you can see here, that's still pretty generous. You see how there's there's like a second ring around the center crosshair that's kind of rotating. Now, as long as your target is even slightly within that bigger ring, the one that's rotating, the arrow will still curve and hit them. So you've got a lot of forgiveness there as far as being able to miss the target and the aim assist helping out, even with all those reductions. And I'm not even using target adjuster right here. Now the second major skill gap has to do with activating Gut Shot. Now as you can see, the perk activates the moment you press your ADS button, even if your sights aren't fully raised. But the moment that you let go of your ADS button, the perk also stops, and you'll only deal 86 damage. When you release your arrows, you have to be sure you keep holding ADS until you fully release the arrow. Now you only have to do this for about a fraction of a second, literally just right after you let go of the trigger that's holding the arrow. But if you release your ADS even slightly before your fire button, or if you release them simultaneously, then you can lose the bonus damage. So in that way, this weapon plays unlike any other bow. Now for some people, this may break the weapon. It definitely requires more discipline to master, but it's definitely worth it, I would think. Now, the final sort of skill gap is all about movement, and for some of you this is just going to come naturally, but I still need to talk about it. Because this is a lightweight frame bow, it enhances your movement speed, and you want to utilize that to the best of your abilities. Learn to jump shot with it, use that mobility to reposition, keep that medium range distance on people, and the speed increase will help you peek shoot faster as well. Now in all of this footage I'm actually using Stompies, which as you know basically just deletes your inner accuracy stat. This doesn't actually matter so much with this bow since you just kind of have to hit them. So you want to just go for center mass as this makes it easier to hit your aerial shots. Now as far as perks go, obviously you want Gut Shot in your final column. In your second to last slot, Rangefinder, Tunnel Vision, Rapid Hit, and Moving Target are all great options. Any of those will serve you well. And for the rest of the perks and the masterwork, you just kind of want anything that enhances 3 major categories for this bow. Either draw time, reloading, and handling. These are the 3 most important stats on the bow, and you definitely want to focus on those. While accuracy is usually important on a lot of bows, because you're just trying to hit people period center mass, it's not quite as necessary on this lightweight. And you kind of want to use whatever you think is best for your build. Say for example, a Warlock using Ophidians wouldn't necessarily need as much reload speed as other classes, or a Hunter using Oathkeeper, if they wanted to, wouldn't need as much draw speed, since that one gives a little bit of a bump in draw speed. For mods, I recommend either Icarus or Targeting Adjuster. However, if you are a hunter wearing stompies, don't bother with Icarus as it gets completely negated from stompies. And lastly, of course, I recommend using Vice Stinger as the origin trait because this can make the bow draw faster. Now, for our final little segment here on this bow, I do want to talk about PvE. I know I've focused a lot on PvP with this video, as it is a Trials bow. It does excel, I think, in PvP, but it's also great in PvE with the same perks. And you're probably thinking that, oh, well, why would that perk be useful in PvE? It's easy to hit your shots in PvE. Just go for all crits. Well, not everybody hits crits 100% of the time in PvE, no matter how good you are. And this perk really helps to close the gap in damage for body shot versus precision hits. And also think about enemies like wyverns and brigs, or any other enemy that's got like a hidden or a hard to hit crit spot, like sometimes if a Vex is crouching. This bow is going to have much better DPS against those targets than pretty much every other legendary bow at base, just because gut shot is dealing so much more damage, which, by the way, gut shot is a 20% damage increase on bows. And it's also going to help to chew through shielded enemies faster since you can't crit shields anyways. And also importantly, and probably one of the best parts of it, is that it can quickly one-tap pretty much any red bar anywhere you hit them, instead of leaving them at like a sliver of health like some of the other lightweight bows will do. You know, especially with things like Cabal Legionnaires and things of, well, really just a lot of things in the Cabal. But all in all, folks, that's pretty much it. I think this is an absolutely phenomenal bow for both PvE and PvP. And as a bow main myself, I don't see myself putting this down anytime soon. It's definitely been a lot of fun to use, and I can't wait to just keep practicing with it and getting better and better and learning the nuance of it. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and as I always say, folks, I hope you have a wonderful evening.